Hi guys, how's it going? It's Drunk Monkey 37 here, doing a bit of a different video today. As you can probably see, we're going to do a One Piece chapter review. I'm a massive One Piece fan, so I figured, why not do this? So here is the manga, here on page, as you can see. The cover story is the last story in Yamato's journey. She's in the flower capital. You got what's his name? Kinemon. Sorry, you got Kinemon looking a bit suspicious of page 1. You got Momonosuke chowing down. Honestly, I'm really glad this is over because it's been such a boring cover story, and we're probably gonna get some like cover requests now. But to get into the actual chapter, first page here, we get told that Rox and Garling are apparently fighting, and the Roger Pirates are after the treasure. And Rayleigh here is running away with Shaki, and of course everyone's simping over Shaki. Some of them are like, oh, let's attack Rayleigh and take Shaki back, and then Shiki beats them up for that. He's like, no, because you're going to harm Shaki. The allure this woman has over like literally everyone is crazy. But anyway, Rayleigh's like, oh, Shaki, I need to say something to you. She's like, I don't know. She's like, don't say it, I already know. We then cut to Eva and Ivankov and Kuma here, and they're in the storage room for the treasures. Pardon me. And they've got the 2 devil fruits. Kuma obviously has the pawpaw fruit, and Ivankov has the Ua Ua no Mi, aka Kaido's dragon fruit. As you can see, Big Mom comes crashing in, which is really cool because it's a bit of a like alternate view of what happened here from Kuma's flashback. And Ivankov's like, cool, just eat the fruit, don't think. And he's like, nom, which I think is pretty funny because fuck Big Mom. Also love how Ivankov's like, we just need one survivor. This is a bit of a side note, but this chapter really makes me appreciate their relationship between Ivankov and Kuma a lot more. It also just makes it so much more tragic when he becomes a cyborg. We cut back to the fighting. As you can probably see here, if I zoom in, that looks, that right there looks like Marco. So a lot of people have been theorizing online that it's like his dad or something. It's probably the case because I highly doubt Oda would just draw a background character as Marco. It's probably significant in one way or another. So yeah, there's pirates fighting everywhere. The Marines aren't really sure what to do. And then we cut to Garp, which I think is very necessary. And he's running along with I forgot his name. His like right hand. I always forget his name because he doesn't really do a lot. But yeah, he's there. And Garp is talking to Sengoku on the Dendenmushi, and he's asking him, hey, did you know what the fuck was going on here? Sengoku's like, no, there was some rumors from one guy, but surprise, surprise, he vanished. And Garp looks really pissed here, and he's like, if I'm not awake and I'm dreaming, then it's all real, which he looks very upset about. Then we cut to Rox's perspective, where we see him running away with Eris and Little Teach. As you can see, they are being pursued by Garling, another Rox Knight, this lady with the long black hair, and a bunch of people who have been turned into demons. Domi Reversi, I believe is what it's called. And it turns out one of them is Rox's dad, and the one is his grandmother, which is very sad. We also see here that he has done some serious damage to Garling, and Garling's complaining. He's like, wow, this guy's strong, it's going to take a while for me to recuperate. And he's literally split his head open here. But they're also bragging like, haha, he's a part of the Navy clan. If we kill him, then Imu-san will be very happy. And over here we see that Eris is saying like, oh, Rock's put me down. You can't fight him off with just one hand. And he's like, oh, do you know what's gonna happen to anyone? The name who gets caught, it's gonna be worse than death. She's like, I know, but everyone's, especially I'm part of the Daily Clan now, and everyone really welcomed me. And she's like, oh, if I was the kind of woman who would just cling to you, then you wouldn't have fallen in love with me. And then we see a little panel of Rocks blushing here, which I think is very funny, because he's like, don't be an idiot. Also, I really mad respect for Eris here, because she's like, if it looks like they're going to catch me, I'll unalive myself and unalive Teach too. So he's like, alright. Also funny here, they're going to meet in Lelucia, so doesn't seem like the Rocks family have the best of luck. So yeah, they go off, and Rocks is like, fine, I'll fight, I'll let you guys go, and I'll hold them off. So he charges up this attack, pulls out his sword, and it seems, from the way this is panelled, that he's the one who actually splits God Valley, which is fucking crazy. Everything we seem to see from Rocks in this flashback is just amazing, and he, in my opinion, he's definitely the strongest character we've ever seen, apart from maybe Emu. But anyway, we go back to the treasury, and for some fucking reason, Big Mom is out here gloating and like holding up the devil fruit, and then we see Kaido fucking rock her shit with his mates. Like, look at her face, which is very deserved because I don't like Big Mom. And then bro just gulps it up. He gulps it up. Like, he doesn't even take time to catch it. He just catches it in his mouth and eats it. So look at his little. Look here. Look at his little shit-eating grin. It is canonical that devil fruits taste like us, and yet he's grinning like this just to spite Lin, which is very funny. Then we get like this nice little parallel of Dragon with Shanks and Eris with Teach here, and they're both like, oh, don't worry, I promise you I won't let you die, which is really sweet. And then we have a lot of cuts in this chapter. We cut back to one of the treasury rooms, and we have Gaban, Scopogaban is I think how you pronounce his name, and all the other Roger pirates. They're like looting all the treasure and stuff. The Marines are trying to get him. We have a little panel down here of Garp being confused about justice, and he's questioning everything, which is about time, because I saw a lot of discourse online and I thought it was very valid, but like, he literally just arrived to an island where they're hunting people down like dogs, and Marines are helping them, and his only concern is Roger, which, my humble opinion, was a bit shit of him. So I feel like Oda really needed to include this to like redeem him. Anyway, also the Navy then arrives, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're saved," but nope. The Navy is here to help the shitty celestial dragons. And here we see Saturn, and it appears like someone's talking to him telepathically or something, because I don't see a Den Mushi anywhere. So I'm going to assume this is Emu, especially because of what happens later in the chapter, but we'll get to that. Anyway, they're talking like, oh, is Rock's dead yet? And he says, oh, I don't think so. And then he says, if so much destruction continues, it might bring about the birth of something entirely new. In one of the translations, I think it says, unleash something, and who I'm assuming is Emu says that must not happen. So not quite sure what's going on there. I don't know whether it's like, I've seen some people saying, oh, maybe there's something like sleeping on the God's Valley, maybe it's like fucking Cthulhu. I don't think it is that, but, or maybe it's because there's so many like top tier Conqueror's Haki users here, and if they all clash, something crazy might happen, who knows. But there might be something else lurking on God Valley. And in this next panel where we see them talking about that, we see a dragon flying into the sky. Wonder who that could be. We get this really sweet moment where Kuma is just saving everyone, and they're all thanking him, and it's so sweet, and it makes it even worse what happens to him later in life. This guy was such a good guy. And then on page, we see the strongest trio here: Roger, Garp, and Roxy. They're all like, oh, what's that? They sense something. They sense hockey, it seems like. And Roger's crew is like, oh, Rox's crew, hockey and stuff. And Roger's like, I think we've got a bigger problem. And we get this really cold panel here where Rox is literally just aura farming over the bodies of all the people he's just defeated, including Garland, the bum. And he's like, you dare use my family? Of course I'm gonna fight and kill you. So that's really cool. But then we see this panel, which is my favorite thing ever, and it's amazing. Rox is saying, there's nothing in it for you if you help me. Are you still sure you want to help me? And Whitebeard's like, don't worry about it. I've been drinking on your tap this whole time. And it kind of has such like little brother energy here. He's like, hey guys, check out what I can do. I finally got a power. And Rox's like, good for you. You seem to be having way more fun than everyone else. And we get this really cool panel here where we have Rox, Whitebeard, and Kaido, just posted up. And Whitebeard's like, okay, this is all great and all, but what the fuck are we facing here? And here we see what appears to be Emu taking over Saturn. And Garp's like, I know I must be dreaming, because what on earth is happening on this island? Of course, Roger, being the Luffy-like character he is like, this is such a fun day. I have so much to learn, and this is so much adventure. And Rox's response is really interesting, because he says, what is that you say? If I had to call it anything, that represents the world. And that's the end of the chapter. Really cool panel here. And I'm going to talk about what I'm hoping for the next chapter. But first things first, I want to address this. Rox is talking about it's the world. Obviously, this could be taken in a couple of ways. Like, metaphorically, like, this is the world government we're up against. And we're facing, like, everyone is going to go up against us. But there's also a couple like hidden layers. Like obviously it's Emu. Maybe it's just like he controls the world and that's what he means. But at the same time, on Egghead, when Saturn encounters Katarina Devon and the sniper guy, I always forget his name. He has like a scope on his. This is really gonna bother me. It's not Lafitte, because Lafitte's the guy with the angel wings. What is that guy's name? I will find out in 1 second. Anyway, he encounters them two, and he talks about Blackbeard's lineage. And obviously at that point we didn't know he was part of the Davy clan. Now we do. But he asks, I believe, Katarina Devon, and he's like, what is that man's goal? What's Blackbeard's goal? And she says, he wants the world. Which, like, Brock's calling Emu the world is kind of like a... Van Olga. Sorry, the sniper guy from Blackbeard's crew is called Van Olga. Apologies if I forget some characters' names, but there's like thousands of characters in One Piece. As much as I love it, can't remember every single little detail. This is just some stuff that I've remembered from online. But yeah, so possibly Blackbeard has the same goal as his father, Zebek, in that he wants the world, so he might want to take down Emu and then occupy his position, which would be an interesting final fight between him and Luffy, especially if, like, some of the theories online say that he has like god fruit. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, anyway, this is where the chapter ends. And first off, I'll have a couple comments. I love that Kaido is here. I love that he's like, oh yeah, I'm still gonna stick around. I'm just gonna have fun. Also, like, I'm hoping that they develop a little bit on his relationship. Oda, should I say, develops a little bit on his relationship with Rox, because I really like the honourable side to Kaido, and also I love that Whitebeard is here, because when God Valley got mentioned, but for the first time by Garp, he mentions that not Garp, sorry, by Sengoku. He mentions that Roger and Garp team up against Rocks, and everyone was talking about, oh, maybe Whitebeard betrays him like online, but this just proves that he's the GOAT, and I love Whitebeard even more. My only problem with this is I'm really hoping next time these 5, Roger, Garp, Whitebeard, Rocks, and Kaido all fight against evil. That would be dope. But the fact that Kaido talks about a lot about betrayal in the present day, so like, what, 38 years later, that makes me think maybe something happens on this island, like maybe Rocks gets Domi reversied, or maybe they're losing really badly and then Whitebeard knocks out Kaido to like save him, and then Rocks is like, okay guys, you go, I'll deal with you myself, and that's how he dies. And then Kaido thinks it's like a betrayal. I don't know, but I'm really excited for next chapter. We do have a break for next week, so we're not going to get a chapter, but still, I'm really excited for this. I know this isn't gaming content like I said I was going to do, but I'm just going to do it. I just really like this chapter, and I'm a big fan of One Piece. And if any of you guys are, you have any thoughts on this chapter or One Piece in general, leave them in the comments down below. And thanks you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.